This has to do with reaction to somebody who I've been talking with about Gnosticism, and they just don't seem to understand what Gnosticism is or what it was. What people, modern day groups that call themselves Gnostic are not Gnostic, they're more Wiccan or pagan. The Gnostics were really hardcore ascetics. They hated the flesh, they hated any form of pleasure. They believed anything feminine was evil. The material world, in its most base state, was wicked and evil, created by an evil God, and that the God that is wholly spiritual and outside of sexuality is good. Um, I guess this person relies on works from John Allegro, who believed that he, even him and his research team, when he was researching the Cowboys fault, they split from this. What are you, everybody he's ever worked with has basically declared him like this guy's not really working from the details. He's kind of just coming up with stuff. His belief that early Christians used hallucinogenic drugs to expand their mind or find the mind of God. While I am not a well, hallucinogenic drugs, yeah, they've expanded my idea of God and religion and stuff like that. But there's no evidence at all, like zero. The Christians use these types of methods. In fact, every scrap of literature from the first century to the 5th century says no, that they didn't, that they were opposite of this kind of idea. But yet people will just theorize. And the idea that you would remain uh, on these old ideas, the guy died in 88. I think it was 88, could have been earlier. Um, we have new research. It's just like the King James onlyists or the people who are stuck on the Mithra idea. If you actually go and look what Mithraism is, it's not this great. It has nothing to do with Christianity and what they talked about. Oh, Mithra and this and that. If you read David Ulansey's book, um, The Mithritic Mysteries or anything modern, all these old ideas, how they got them was they saw a plaque of 3 portraits on either side of Mithra, and they said, oh, well, that much 6, if you double 6, it's 12. He had 12 apostles. There's nothing in the myths about it. Well, he's slaughtering a bull. Well, that means since the bull died, uh, and that must mean the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus. And that, I mean, they really have to stretch things, and this is what Allegro did. Modern day research, like Simke Jakubowicz, which he does, I love his work, or even Israel Finkelstein, or who was a total opponent of his. The modern archaeology and the modern stuff that we're finding out is much better because a lot of these people would just theorize with their own ideas, especially from from around the turn of the century. Um, Works that have just been built on. We have vast more knowledge now. Why limit yourself to this small area that doesn't agree with any other area? I would urge people to actually go back and read what's in the Nag Hammadi library. It's not the fun-loving hippie type of stuff that you'd think of. And this person always said, "Why do you think Buddhists are going to hell?" And or I can never understand why you guys think Buddhists are going to hell with Earth. Have you not seen any of my videos? Go to All Saints Monastery. It's actual Orthodox Archimandrite talking in full garb. Watch his videos. I believe it's All Saints Monastery, and he's fully Orthodox. Look what he says. This primitive idea that the Orthodox are identical to the Catholics, without even reading anything about them, just going in with these prejudices. This is bigoted. These people, I mean, it's like bullied. And this person seems open-minded enough, but to retain these weird bigoted ideas, to retain all these assumptions, to think Gnosticism. I think what he's talking about mystical Christianity. It's mysticism, which is orthodoxy. He seems to not hate females. Total not Gnostic. He doesn't hate his flesh. He doesn't believe pleasure is evil. He doesn't believe the material world is evil. Those are Gnostic things. Keep in mind, the Gnostics believe that Jesus was not human. He never attained physical form. They were dosists. He was fully God. Sometimes he was partially man because he had to come into the illusion, but they didn't believe that he was just some guy walking around and his teachings kept going. I mean, that's Da Vinci Code. That's complete fiction, and you can't find it in history. You can find it in people's modern books that go back and theorize off of nothing. This is what I think, therefore it's fact. It's silly. So I would urge people to actually do the research for themselves and not to read a book and be like, I believe that. You're gonna read something else. Oh, that's good. And just educate yourself. That's what I'd say.